Welcome to Live Out Loud Podcast.
Get ahead.
I'm trying to start it professionally for once.
Well, that was Smurf's start.
Yeah, I was like,
get ahead.
But she wasn't on the air. Now we're on the air and we're doing all the good heads and we're not professional now.
So I wanted to share her
all right,
opening.
Show's over. We're done.
Get ahead. Thank you. Good night.
Welcome to Live Out Loud Podcast, the show where we try to celebrate life, having a good time, enjoying yourself, and doing it all clean and sober, mind you.
Clean and sober.
Clean and sober. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
And we got Smurf over in the control room. Say hi, Smurf.
This is Smurf.
Mm-hmm. This is
Smurfing it up.
Say get ahead.
See, you were good until you added the second part.
Say get ahead.
That's what makes me so lovable.
I
just take it to the nth degree.
You did notice we had to move you out of our room. That's how lovable you are. You are actually across the hall now.
Well, it's because I eat a lot of asparagus.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Oh, that only works in the bathroom.
That is so. She doesn't leave her chair very often. That's the problem. Really, we've gone gross already. This is just wrong.
We've gone gross already.
We have gone gross. All right, some of you may notice that it's not Saturday right now. Unless you're watching this on Saturday, then it is. But if you're watching it on Sunday, then it ain't again. So anyway, right now we're coming out live on Friday because we've got some studio issues tomorrow as far as timing and stuff. So we thought we'd do a special broadcast today. Besides, today's a special day. Anybody?
It's the post-Halloween.
Post-Halloween. It is the day after the Halloweeny.
I like to call it the post-Halloweening.
Post-Halloweening. That works.
Yes.
It is post-Halloweening, and today we are all recovering
from candy hangovers.
I did not have any candy yesterday. Oh, wait, I correct that. My stepdaughter Tara actually hid a Almond Joy bar for me in the fridge, and I got that. We went through 1,200 pieces of candy, and every bit of it was gone.
Yeah, it was, and probably about 10 of them down in my belly.
Now, we've got listeners all over the place. And by the way, Therese, love you, honey. My mom is watching. Somebody named Gary Wayne's watching, but we don't pay attention to him.
No, don't pay attention to him.
Ryan's out there. We're going to talk to you about Ryan and Broadcast Beat Studios coming up in just a little bit. But
Pedro. Is that Pedro? Pedro?
But
Joan Simber. Bruce DeVitas.
Who?
Lincoln High School.
Oh.
Tom Custer. Plantation High School.
I went to Lincoln Middle School.
I went to
Lincoln
in
Syracuse.
He went with Lincoln.
It was different. It was different.
Went with Lincoln.
So anyway,
wait a minute, I'm older than you.
So some people, we got people listening from other parts of the, other areas or in different areas, and what we have to tell you is here in South Florida, it was steaming hot.
Oh, it was horrible.
For Halloween.
Yep.
And of course, our Halloween activities. Gary and Tammy came by, and it was so nice.
Yep.
To have you guys come by. But we were outside, and it was just, you put a costume on, you're dying.
Yeah, but what do you care? You were made of straw.
I was made of straw.
You made of straw. Guess what he was?
I was the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I thought you were a barn bed.
I didn't know you were dressed up till somebody told me. So how's that?
I was a dork.
He really was,
he
folks.
Showed up in his regular clothes.
No, I just figured this is the one day a year where I can dress like myself.
We can just be you, Gary.
I didn't know you had that many pens. You had that pocket protector bursting, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're always borrowing my pen. Now I know where they all end up.
No, now, the nerds, the only thing that I have to say about your costume is that you didn't have like a little ink spot.
Ah.
You needed like a little ink spot.
It's the only white shirt I own.
Never mind.
Now we got it. But he taped the glasses. He did the whole thing. And Gary was, and you know what? We'll post a few pictures on our Live Out Loud podcast page on Facebook so people could see just how dorky we all were. But Teresa and I, we did the theme of Wizard of Oz. And, we had people dressed up Wizard of Oz. We had the movie playing on the front of the house. We had dancing. We had lights. We had
That
everything.
Is pretty cool, though, how you do that.
The movie on the house?
Last year you had Saturday Night Fever, right?
Yeah, because we did disco.
Yeah, and then you did a little disco this time, too. And follow the yellow brick road. No, but this year it was Wizard of Oz. It was great. It really was.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Tammy's on. Okay.
All right, now we can start the show.
Now we can start the show.
Teresa's on, Tammy's on, now we're good.
She's off on a cruise.
But what?
She's off on a cruise. I'm going to spend my weekend under this desk weeping. What?
I just saw her yesterday.
She's off on a cruise now.
Listen,
Okay.
I love you, brother, but let me pull away from the desk before you go under it, all right? Let me just saying.
I love you too,
just
but not
saying.
that much.
No. So we had a great time. We had everybody out. But, but you're outside and you're in these costumes and you're sweating and you're just, wow. But it brings around what we're talking about today, which is being a big kid.
Oh, you were a big kid yesterday.
I was a big kid.
But it was
like
funny.
such a
It was. But I got to tell you, it's great. In your neighborhood, your house is electrified. I mean, there's disco lights going all over the place. There's music blaring out. There's the Wizard of Oz projected on the side of a house, and in the carport is the Straw Man, Dorothy. A Rainbow Witch, the Bad Witch, what was it? King Louis and Marie Antoinette. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
King Louis?
No, King Henry.
Oh, King Henry. Oh, Henry VIII. Okay.
I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. Join in anytime. Drink your coffee while I'm singing. Bastard. I was waiting for it. My daughter, Cordelia, and Cordy. We go with Cordy, and her girlfriend, Kennedy, came down, and they brought the most amazing costumes. I mean, they were good, right?
They were good.
They were
good.
damn good.
They
were also these heavy robes of, like, royalty robes and all this stuff. They had to be sweating more than anybody.
Those were big.
And then here comes Gary. We're all dressed in these big costumes. Here comes Gary, dressed as a nerd. And Tammy as a hot girl.
Yeah, man.
And it was basically their costume
chick,
was the hot chick and the nerd.
And and a lot
which
of
is
people didn't
basically
get
the life of Bill Gates, is what you were living out.
that. That's right.
The only thing you needed was money falling out of your pocket to explain why she was with you.
Tammy just says you both were both big kids, and I was a big nerd.
You were a bit, yes.
I was the biggest nerd.
But we're talking about this because what we're saying is we want people to be big kids. There's not a whole lot of things. I mean, there's things you could do as an adult that are kind of fun, but really, if you really want to tap into the joy in your life, Gary, you and I, we get laughing and we have more fun when it's just like, let's just let the kid out that's inside of us and let's go play. That's why Halloween is so big in my house, is because everybody knows the importance of just play.
Well, life is too serious. So you got
way too serious.
Be a kid.
Way too serious.
Kid. Can I just say hello to?
Please, let's say hi to a couple people. I got something to say hi to.
Julie Freytag. Barry is. Aren't you working right now, Barry? He's listening to the podcast and he's drilling.
We encourage people to turn us on during the workday.
That's right. We make the workday pass. My friend Dennis from Hair and Lee from JetBlue and John Standard says
your
Cordy.
Friend. What?
John said Cordy. Remember John?
John Standard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know him. I'll show you a picture later, but yeah, he says hi. Yeah, Cordy's here. And all of our listeners out there who know Cordy, she's doing great. It's so nice to have her back in town.
Yes, it is. That's why I came by last night.
Yeah. Let me say hi. John Standard's watching. Liz, I want to thank you for tuning in. Nina and John Baumgartner.
John Baumgartner.
I love John. This guy is great. I love all you guys out there. So it's good.
David, thanks for joining us again. David always joins us every week. He's on, which is very cool. And Julie Freytag and Gerard.
So
let's continue.
Last night was great, handing out candy and having a good time. But then we come to that awkward moment. There's two awkward moments. One is when you run out of candy, and it's like, okay,
mm-hmm.
Do you have a Cash App? Can I Venmo you? No. We actually shut down. We said we're shutting down at 9:00 because we were going from basically 5:30 to 9. And then more people came. It was about 9:15, 9:20 we shut down. And we had handed out, am I right on this, Cordy? We had handed out the very last piece of candy just as we turned the music off and everything. Yeah, everything. All the way down to like that one kind of like misshapen Tootsie Roll. The one that got mushed at the bottom of everything else and has sat in the heat all night because you keep adding candy to the bowl. Mm-hmm. But the ones in the bottom have been out in the heat for a very long time. Yeah. Almond Joy, no joy in it anymore. It's smushed, right? So that was like the last thing, was like this misshapen kind of like nuclear reaction Tootsie Roll that we had to give to some little kid. And,
the melted Reese's was really good.
Melted Reese's, yeah.
Sucked it out of the bag.
Oh, did you get it from our house?
Yeah.
You took one of our pieces of candy? You weren't dressed up.
5.
You weren't dressed up.
I don't care. Yeah, I was. I was in the Dr. Phone Fix.
She was in her Dr. Phone Fix.
She was dressed as a Dr. Phone Fix tech.
Well, that brings about the awkward moment number 2. When kids show up with no costume whatsoever.
Do you still give them a piece of candy?
Do you?
No,
now,
I
if
take
they're
one.
of a certain age, I don't mind too much.
I take a piece of candy.
But when they're...
I say, open up your bag. Either go get a costume or open up your bag, and then I take a handful.
When they're 16, 17 years old... got the prison tats, and,
Nice.
When they show, do you give them candy? Or do you give it to them because you're afraid, what if I don't?
Oh, right. Well, let's say it's just a real prisoner that escaped that looks young.
Yeah, well, that could be it.
That's right.
Babyface McGee showed up in my house today.
Babyface McGee, son of Fatty
pillowcase
McGee.
and a gat. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Do you give them candy? I mean, I would like to. I would love to put up a sign. No costume. It's like in a restaurant: no shirt, no shoes, no service. Mm-hmm. No costume, bad attitude, no candy. I would like to have that sign.
When's your birthday?
And then the other one. Okay, so now you got the awkward when they show up without a costume. And they're usually the ones that have the pillowcase all the way full of candy. So they've been out like stealing it from other kids. But the other one is when somebody shows up with a newborn baby. Like a parent shows up, they're carrying like this baby that's like, 11 minutes old, right? And they're like, and they put the baby in like a onesie that says, "My first Halloween."
Yeah.
Kid doesn't even have teeth yet, and the parents are going around, and they got a bag, and they're like, "Oh, this is for." Just be honest. I think the parents should use a shirt saying, "I'm using this baby so I can get candy for me."
Well, usually the kid looks scarier than the costumes.
Most babies do.
Yeah, they look like little lizards.
Yeah.
When they're 11 minutes old.
When they're 11 minutes old, yeah, it's not cute. It looks like a little old man dipped in 40 weight oil, This is not what I bargained for. Put it back. It's not done yet. Anyway.
Well, I don't... You know what they do?
What?
Is that they save the candy for when the kid can eat. So the kid gets to eat the candy with the worms and everything.
I'm calling bullshit on that one. They're not saving the candy.
I guess
we had to wait to buy the majority of our candy until Halloween because candy does not get saved. These people that say, "Oh, I bought my candy last month." Bullshit. You bought the first round.
Right.
And then 3 weeks out, you said, "Ooh, I ate all the candy."
Yeah, right. That's
and then Halloween comes and they're like, "How come I don't fit into my costume?" No. Anyway.
Well, I usually get my candy the day after Halloween, and I just wait outside my door and say, "This is for anybody who's late." If you missed Halloween, this is where I still have candy.
Yeah.
For the slow people that haven't got all the way around the neighborhood, they go inside and then they
geriatric unit.
Well, it's Century
How
Village.
many trick-or-treaters did you get at your place? Oh,
They all
look.
showed up with walkers.
Yeah, he's got a pumpkin on his walker. Give him some candy. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that was funny.
No,
I started that.
was
you
funny.
started. Sorry, Smurf. You got us there. But the after Halloween, today's the day everybody's out buying I can get 12,000 Hershey bars for 68 cents, right? And they're out there and they're stocking up for next year.
Oh no!
Because they're going to leave it in the house until next year.
I don't stock up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all for myself.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's gone in like 3 days.
Yeah, but we do the same thing at Christmas.
Best.
We do the same thing at Christmas. The day after Christmas
Oh, yeah.
or the week after Christmas, you go out and you buy your Christmas lights and trees and everything. And then, you
have it
you'll
for
put it
next
away
year.
for next year. I figured out I'm just not putting up a tree up this year. I'm going to put my tree up in January after I get a cheap tree, cheap lights, and I can buy all the cheap presents for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So Christmas for my family is being moved to January 25th.
How do you feel about that, Cordy? Did you hear that squeak? That was the chair going, no.
Now, Nancy Keefe Rhodes up in Syracuse, I want to thank you for joining us. And Sharon, thanks for joining us. By the way, if you want to talk about your Halloween and candy and
Or the
being
fact
a
that
big
you
kid,
are a big kid also, right?
being a big kid, you can call in live right now, 954. Now, if you're rewatching this, no, I'm not going to do that again. Right now, live. If you're not watching live, you can't call this number. But if
No,
you are
don't
watching
call the
live,
number.
how do you know we're live? Watch.
Ow!
See, I poked him. He's hurting. It means he's alive.
No, I'll probably feel that tomorrow, right around the same time.
You're such a wuss. 954-210-5413. 954-210-5413. If you want to call in and talk about your Halloween, here's the question. We'll ask our studio audience because, again, we have Cordy and Kennedy in the studio. We got Smurf and you. I'm sorry, that really came out bad. Yeah, we got all these great people, and
not for
you,
long.
and
Not for
you.
long.
I didn't mean it that way.
No, you pinched me again.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What is, if you were trick-or-treating, assume you were going to go out and trick-or-treat right now, what is the one candy that you really want more than any other candy to get in your trick-or-treat bag?
And what is the worst candy that you can get?
And the worst.
Right.
The best
And the worst.
and the worst.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, the worst, anything homemade. Popcorn balls homemade. I don't even think they do it anymore. Apples with the surprise in them. What are they called? Razor blades? No.
No, I usually like to have...
That's what they used to do, you know.
I got a razor blade with an apple wrapped around it.
You got- that was-
pissed me off.
Yeah, but, you know, I figured they looked at you and said, you need some fruit
I
and
need
the
a
shave.
Right.
No, what is the candy that you want when you open your bag you want to see? I'll tell you what the one I want to see.
Okay.
Three Musketeers.
That's mine.
Really? You too?
I love Three Musketeers.
You're like the only one. You and I are the
I
only
love
people
Three
who put it at
Musketeers.
the top of the list.
Top of the list. What's the worst?
The worst, honestly, the worst would probably be
It's got to be a candy.
anything like sour stuff, Sour Patch and stuff like that. Because
I'm Bit of Honey.
they don't even have those anymore, do they?
I got Bit of Honey still.
Well, you know who gives those out? Dentists. Because that'll rip your tooth right out of your frickin' skull when it sticks to you.
Is that true, Barry? Now, Barry doesn't give candy away. He gives stuffed peppers. With cheese in them. Yeah.
Stuffed
Man, that's what he gave us last night.
Nice. Jose jalapeno on a steak. All right, so you're a Bit of Honey, and you are Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
I'm Three Musketeers and Sour Patch stuff.
Sour Patch stuff. Well, Tammy agrees with you about the smushed Tootsie Rolls. She says there's nothing worse.
Yeah.
Nothing worse.
It tastes exactly the same, but there's something wrong because you got to figure there had to be some force of nature that misshaped this thing.
No, it's just called warmth.
But it's
It does
still
the same thing when you put it in your pocket and forget about it.
Not Tootsie Rolls, though. Tootsie Rolls usually
Tootsie Rolls will
don't do
hold
that.
up. I mean, it requires a little bit of extra effort. I think it's because it was sitting next to one of the lights on my DJ
yes.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
And it was in a metal bowl. I was cooking candy, brother. I'm like Breaking Bad for candy. All right, Cordy, what do you want to find in your bag?
Sour stuff.
She wants Cordy
you'll
wants the
get all
Sour
of his
Patch
stuff.
Kids.
You'll get all of his.
All right, and what's the worst thing you can get?
3 Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. My daughter,
That's
people.
why I love this girl.
My daughter.
That's why she
said-
is my hero.
So her
Right
favorite
there.
is a Sour Patch, and her worst is the Three Musketeers. That's why we should trick or treat together, because we really nail it.
That's right, and that's why she's yours.
Yes.
That's the perfect thing to say to Dad.
Kennedy, what do you want to
Take
see
it-
when you open the bag?
Reese's.
Reese's
Cups.
peanut butter cups. I love them, but those are the most one. Like
Those are the most melted.
expensive ones too to get.
Yeah.
They're the most delicious.
And they don't hold up well. If you're trick-or-treating up in New York, that's all fine because you're wearing a costume big enough to hide your parka, right? Because you're all bundled up and it's cold out. But down here, they don't hold up well. You get like Reese's soup.
That sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah. All right, so what's the worst thing you can when you open your bag?
The worst thing, I'm really not that picky. I'd say like,
Gotta come up with something.
I'd say what you said, like the homemade stuff.
The homemade stuff.
My popcorn balls.
Yeah. I'm actually going to change my answer from Sour Patch because Sour Patch I could trade with people.
Yeah.
For
Three Musketeers.
For Three Musketeers. The worst? People who think it's a good idea, correct, socially relevant to
Toothbrushes
give
and
people
toothpaste?
pencils.
Oh,
You're at a teacher's house when they're giving you
a pencil.
pencils.
Oh my gosh! I have a Rick texted in. He said we should put a little banner at the bottom of the screen with the phone number. Smurf, get her done. That's what he.
Get her done, Smurf.
And he said. He also said best Kit Kat, worst candy corn.
Best Kit Kat. Kit Kats, I'll agree with Kit Kats are good.
I'm sorry, Smurf. What did you say?
It's candy corn because candy is not corn or candy. It is oil.
I thought it's wax.
It's wax.
Yeah.
It's waxy oil. Smurf, we need your candy choices here.
Oh.
The one thing you want to see when you open your bag.
Okay. This is why I like the Canadians. I like Sixlets.
Sixlets. Okay.
What the hell are the Sixlets?
Well, they're like
Canadian
M&Ms.
M&Ms, but the chocolate is different. They do something different with the chocolate.
Isn't the coating
Whatever,
different
don't
also?
judge me. What?
I never heard of Sixlets.
No, that's
Coating is similar.
Is that like Wonka? Willy Wonka does those?
No,
no,
it's Canadian.
no. Those are good. Those are
Canadian
good.
Willy Wonka does it.
Well, in our neighborhood, we should get a lot of those because we got a lot of people from Canada.
All right. Canadians.
What's your worst?
What's your
Smurf?
worst one you could find?
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, you never heard of that
what,
one.
Mounds? I'm gonna say Mounds.
Oh, I
Coconut in
love
it.
Mounds.
I love Mounds, and I love Almond
I
Joy
like
because guess what? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
There we go.
There you go. Sometimes you can find the nuts. Sometimes
so
it's
Mounds.
smushed in the middle.
But Mounds, when they melt, it actually does not. It's
I'll
not
just
like
put
they
that
still
in my
taste good.
coffee At that point.
They don't really melt that much because it's basically coconut.
Oh, but I've squished them in my pocket before.
Yeah, you can
I
squish them.
squished
Right.
them in my pocket.
Right, and then you got to eat them like one of those ice pops.
All right. 954-210-5413.
And for Rick, it's 954 because you need the banner 210-5413.
Yeah,
Or should I say 541 and then you got 10 guesses to guess the last number.
We're holding off on the lower third until we get the other numbers sorted.
Yeah, we're going to have a new number starting next week, which will be an 800 number dedicated to LOL. So next week we will start having our lower thirds and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, again, we are using the studio phone. Speaking of studio, let me give you a little heads up here. We are at Broadcast Beat Studios. We work with Ryan, the owner here, and Broadcast Beat Studios. Absolutely amazing facility.
Incredible facility.
If you want, she's posing for in the studio. The studio we got the full facility. We're talking about podcast studio, satellite studio for direct uplinks to like CNN, MSNBC, wherever you want to be. There are news sets. There's talk show sets. There's green screen sets. We have the ability to record commercials. Infomercials,
Band promo videos.
Do a music video like the old days.
Yep.
And back when they used to play music videos on things like MTV and VH1, which apparently
before
forgot
game
what
shows.
music was.
That's right.
But now it's all on the internet. It's YouTube and stuff. And if you want to do that, then reach out to Gary and I on Live Out Loud podcast. If you want to do some work right here at Broadcast Beat Studios, not only are we going to help you, if you want to do your own podcast or do your own thing, we're actually here between Smurf and Gary and myself. We're here to help you and coach you and teach you if that's what you would like as well.
Right.
So many options. And again, this is a world-class studio right here in Fort Lauderdale, Broadcast Beat Studios. You can look it up, broadcastbeatstudios.com. Check out their Facebook page or just connect with us right on our Facebook page. And again, we'll have our 800 number up next week so you can directly get in touch. Not just Live Out Loud Podcast anymore, but now Live Out Loud Productions.
Live Out Loud Productions.
So Gary and I are branching out.
That's right.
That's right. I'm tired of standing on the corner with a cup and pencils. I'm tired of it.
That's right. And I'm tired of standing on the right next to him with my guitar and the guitar case open. Jan Vitrovsky, used to work at Sound Advice. He knows all about this broadcast
Beat Studios.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Jan.
So we're very happy to have everybody here. Sharon Gossett, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. Let me ask you about something. We're talking about Halloween, but I want to talk to you about something special from last weekend. Tell me, Lovewell.
Oh, Lovewell. Thank you. Thank you for remembering and reading your pad.
That's my secret. I write shit down.
That's right.
Try that,
secret.
people.
He does that with his curiosities. I went to the Lovewell Institute Creative Arts 30-year reunion. It was great. I saw people that I had worked with 25 years ago. I was one of the directors at the Lovewell Institute for the Creative Arts. It was great. It was a great experience. These students that were, what happens is we get students from all over the country. It used to be just in Kansas, but now it's in Sweden. Now it's in Fort Lauderdale. It's Ohio, all over the place. They write, choreograph, compose, and perform a 2-act musical, and this is all done in 3 weeks. Yeah, it's incredible.
Wow.
And then there's this big family and everything like that. And some of the students that I worked with, one of them has shows on Broadway. Another one is doing music in New York. Another one is the musical director for Kansas University, Kansas State. Just wonderful, wonderful people. Just great, great kids. And I was really, really honored to be there and welcomed so much. You know, they were thrilled that I was there, and it's nice to know. And of course, David Spangler is the founder, who soon will have a show on Broadway, who has done incredible things with people. He wrote these affirmations that are just great. And David Spangler was one of my heroes in my life. He was just an incredible inspiration. But that was it. Yeah, that was good. It was great.
Awesome.
It was great. It was a good time.
Now, this weekend, which is tonight, November 1st, you're out with Wolfpack tonight out at Plantation Park.
Plantation Central Park, right.
Plantation Central Park. I believe
Rock
it's
Island
right
Road.
Off of...
Rock Island Road in
Broward.
Cleary.
Cleary, off of Cleary, yeah. That's right in my neighborhood, so I'm going to be out there tonight. And we're
So
going
if
to...
you
Corey's
wanna
coming
meet
out, Kennedy,
Scott-
and...
I'm gonna try after work.
Oh, okay, great. But if you want to
meet Scott, you need to be there.
That's right.
He'll be handing out autographs, and he'll have a cup with his pencils.
I only sign body parts, though, and I'll tell you which ones when I meet you.
Oh my gosh! He'll also He'll pay you.
Very good, Smurf. No, we're going to be out there, and of course, the star of the show, Gary, and Wolfpack. Great music.
Too many people in Wolfpack to pick us.
No, I'm saying star between us as far as tonight.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You'll be there with your pencils. And
What's
you're great
beautiful
with that.
about Wolfpack is they've got a way to highlight everybody in the band at some
members.
point.
Yeah,
like
25 members.
Like you'll be watching the show and there's like somebody in the back playing guitar,
Scott
or
and
something,
Wayne,
and you're like, okay, and Wayne, and they're kind of you're kind of watching them, and it's like, okay, they're playing great music and stuff, and then all of a sudden they always make sure there's some point where they are highlighted.
Yeah.
So everybody gets kind of a moment, and it's very unselfish in Wolfpack, which is what I love about that band.
Yeah.
How unselfish it is. It's like, it doesn't really matter who's singing. You're all involved. When somebody else is up there singing, Gary's off to the side. And they give him a tambourine and make him stand in a corner. But he does it happily.
Like Veronica from the Archies.
Yeah. No, I was thinking more like Tracy from the Partridge Family. You got the hair for it.
That's okay. That was funny. I like that one. Okay.
But no, great band. Wolfpack tonight, 7 o'clock, Plantation Central Park. Look it up. Look up Wolfpack. Look up the park. But 7 o'clock tonight. Make sure you're out there. Like I said, me and my family, we're going to be out there. We're going to be enjoying some time. Love to meet everybody.
Right.
And
I'll be a little sad, though.
Why?
Because Tammy is on a cruise, and that's my main
tell
focus
me about
when
this.
I'm singing.
You keep saying Tammy's on a cruise.
Hey, I can't help it.
there?
Is it a singles cruise?
It might be a little bit.
Is it a singles cruise? Is she looking to trade up? I mean, the nerd outfit might have really turned her off last night.
I don't know. It might have.
You might have pushed too many buttons, Gary.
No, what's she doing on a cruise?
Tammy just texted again. She's texting all that's great.
Did she leave already?
No. They're waiting in the dock right now. But what'd you ask
on
me?
the dock of the bay.
Oh yeah, it might be a little nauseating, but I just love it when Tammy's there. Just hearing mush from him. But anyway, I just love the girl, and she's my main focus when I'm singing. Okay.
All right.
I might be a little bit
out of my
sad.
love for you and Tammy.
You'll go with a Tammy mask on.
I will. You can look at me lovingly while you sing.
I'll give you a Tammy mask.
This could be very awkward tonight.
I will film the whole thing.
All right. Well, Tammy, have a great time on the cruise. We love you. We all do. I mean, it's so nice to have you guys come out last night. You just made my night. It was awesome.
It was really cool to see how you celebrated Halloween.
So you got tonight.
You're a big kid, and that's what we're talking about.
I have to be a big kid. That's where the joy lives. You're right. Life is serious, even when you're doing what you love. And most of the time, the jobs I'm doing, even this, it's stuff I love. But I've got to be able to cut loose once in a while and just be silly. And I can see you do it sometimes when you're on stage.
No, I'm totally
You get these
serious.
moments, you're doing songs and stuff, and then there's times when you could see it. It just like kind of comes over you. It's like, it's time for me to be kind of funny and silly. And you'll do it, but everybody's with you in that moment, and you bring that to people, and I'm impressed by that.
Oh,
Always.
good. Thank you, because there's not much
that.
about me that impresses you.
Well, that's about it, folks. I had to reach deep for that.
As a matter of fact, I handed him a note underneath that says, say this about me, okay?
My best friend here, only because I can pay him. Anyway, yeah, so we're encouraging everybody to go out and be a big kid. I want to bring up, back into serious for just one more moment. I want to tell you about Addiction Training Center, ATC. Gary, Karen, and I, part of ATC, Addiction Training Center. And this is a company, this is an organization where the sole purpose is to spread the word about addiction, give people education about how to help with addiction, and get people who need help into treatment. That's our sole purpose. We do trainings. If you want to become an interventionist, certified interventionist, if you want to just have training on how to de-escalate situations, if you want to know how to communicate better, work with neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, any of those things, if your industry is in need of people who can help people with problems, ATC is the place to go.
ATC is the place to go.
And if you are somebody who needs help, call us as well. Call us if you have a question about addiction or something. Don't think about insurance. Don't think about money. If it's a cash pay, if you've got no way to pay, and we can help find resources for you.
We can find resources, really.
Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, whatever it is, or if you got good insurance, we will help find a facility that matches what you need, and that is what we pride ourselves on. It's not just running people through a mill, but talking to people, finding out what they really need, what's really going to help them with their problems with addiction, and taking care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the person you're going to call, and the reason you're going to call this person is because of the three of us.
She knows the most.
Karen knows the most. We're gonna go with that right now. Because guess what? We can deal with it. Our egos can take it. She knows the most as far as how to get help for people.
Right, and she has the heart for it.
Oh, she does.
She has the heart for it. She is a loving, caring person who whether she knows you or not, she's going to want to take care of you. She just does that.
And we are definitely committed not just should be committed, but we are committed to helping people. And, Gary, myself, Karen, we've all done a lot of different jobs in our lives before we even knew each other, and then afterwards and all. We've all done a lot of different things. And what we all find is that we get the most joy, we get the most out of our lives when we're doing something that is meaningful. And ATC to us, Addiction Training Center, is a meaningful venture. And we want you guys, if you need help, call us. If you want training, call us.
If you know somebody that needs help.
Know somebody,
yes. If you know somebody that needs help. If you have a loved one that has an addiction or a certain pattern that just is so hard to break, and they've tried, they can't do it alone, or they think they could do it alone, call Karen. Talk to her about it. You're not ratting anybody out. You're going to end up helping them. You probably end up saving their lives, because with somebody who's addicted to substance, tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised anyway, but that kind of beefs up the odds a little bit. The next thing you know, there was too much. The stories I've heard and I've seen, I just don't even want to get into. But if you know somebody that has an addiction, find out a way of helping them.
Absolutely. How are you going to do that? I'm going to give you a phone number. Please write this down. I'm going to say it very, very directly and slowly. I'm going to make sure you write this down. If you or somebody you know needs help, or if you want to find out how you can help more people, Addiction Training Center, you want to call Karen. 786-514-0893. We'll also put it on our Facebook page, so that way you guys know how to reach her. There's going to be a new phone number for that next week too, but for now that's fine. 786-514-0893. Call Karen. Tell her immediately that you got it from Live Out Loud podcast, and she'll definitely take care of you. And as long as we're talking about Live Out Loud, make sure you share our podcast with your friends.
Tell them about it.
Tell
them about it. Is this not fun?
Yeah.
This is fun.
Is this good? You guys having fun?
Are you having fun?
They're about to leave.
They're just about to get.
They were like, ugh.
Smurf came in.
Are they going to eat? Mm-hmm. Can they still watch when they're eating?
They're going to be in here with me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, don't spill anything on the...
we got people leaving our studio.
Can they see? Can they be seen? They just walk away? Oh,
they've been seen.
All right.
It's Cordy and Kennedy.
Cordy and Kennedy. There we go.
They're on the edge.
Say hi, guys.
I'm in there.
All right. So, yeah, and hey, while you're at it, buy a shirt, have some fun. LiveOutLoudShop.com.
LiveOutLoudShop.com. You can have... we haven't gotten a Scott Jones shirt yet, but there is a Gary Wayne shirt that says, I'm having a peeve.
And that is Gary's claim to fame.
And we need to get a Scott Curiosity shirt.
Everyone has that moment where they say something that stays with them for life. I have a dream. Martin Luther King. Ask not what you could do or what your country could do for you, but what you could do for John Kennedy. I'm having a peeve. Gary Wayne. Your whole life, you waited for your moment, and that was it.
I waited for my line. That thing that makes me distinguished.
It's your titular moment.
Yeah. Excuse me, a what?
His titular moment.
Oh, I thought you said testicular. Okay.
Pain in the balls. That's what it was.
Testicular moment.
Anyway, yeah, I have not said anything worthy of T-shirt material yet.
Scott's Curiosities.
Oh, my God.
You're saying those every single show.
Guess what?
Every show.
You know what time it is?
It is time for Scott's Curiosities.
Scott's Curiosities. I had to do it myself.
Father.
Stop it.
Oh, Father.
Father.
Enough. Oh,
Okay.
my God.
Enough.
It is time for Scott's Curiosities. These are things when I'm in the bathroom or just laying in bed or doing anything where my mind wanders, which could be any time of the day, especially when I'm driving.
Let me get in my Scott's Curiosity pose.
Get in your Scott's Curiosity pose. Okay, I feel like the Fonz, and I got a girl looking at me.
Hey.
Okay. Hey. All right, Scott's Curiosities. Why is it that you could drink a drink, but you can't food a food? I have a drink. What do you do? Drink it. I have food. What are you going to do? Eat it. You don't food it. It should be, what are you doing? Fooding. What are you doing? Drinking? Fooding. right? I was just saying.
I got nothing on that.
The English language, I mean, if you're going to do it for one, do it for all.
I got nothing.
If you have skis, you go skiing. You have a drink, you drink. You have food?
You're not
You don't
fooding.
food. All right.
Okay.
Can someone actually die in a living room? Or does it have to be renamed after that?
The dying room. Oh, that's so morbid. That is Halloween all the way.
Yeah, it was Halloween.
He died in his living room.
I went a little Halloweeny on some of these things. But yeah.
He died in his living room.
Well,
That's
apparently didn't live up to its name.
that's
Yeah. Okay. All right. If Cinderella.
if Cinderella.
I'm sorry.
was
I
called
rented my lips
Cinderella,
today. I was a little. All right. If Cinderella's shoe fit her so well, it was perfect fit. How come it frickin' fell off in the first place?
Well, that's simple. I mean, it was.
It's the perfect fit. It only fits her foot out of everybody in the whole freaking country. If it was such a good fit, why did it fall off? Tells me the shoe was too big. He should have ended up with Bigfoot.
Well, have you ever lost your shoe?
No. No.
You should have ended up with Bigfoot. You're killing a fairy tale. No, I mean, have you ever lost a shoe?
No, I haven't. I'm saying no.
Well, you wear boots. Never
I
mind.
wear boots.
You
If
wear
my
boots.
motorcycle boot comes off, part of the leg went with it.
That's right.
Oh, shit, I lost my shoe and my femur. All right, moving on.
Okay.
If you moonwalk on the moon, is it just walking? Stupid, but you got to think about that.
It's earth walking.
There you go. It's earth walking.
It's earth walking.
Why the hell do they call it moonwalk? I mean, Buzz Aldrin did not do that shit. All right.
No, but he taught Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That's such a lie.
And Michael Jackson was an alien.
He was an alien.
You gotta
he
wonder.
came from the moon.
If tomatoes are really fruit, you heard this. I always thought tomatoes were vegetables. Turns out tomatoes are fruit.
Yeah, tomato is a fruit.
Okay. So if tomato is a fruit, then wouldn't ketchup be jelly? You had to think about it for a minute.
That's a little far-fetched right there.
Why?
I don't know.
If you crush up the grapes, it's grape jelly. You crush up strawberry jelly. You crush up a tomato, you got ketchup. If it's a fruit, call it what it is. I'd like some jelly on my burger, please.
Well, if you crush up a tomato, it's paste.
It's, well,
Tomato
don't
paste.
even get me started on paste. What if you crush up? Do you get peanut paste?
Tomatoes are a totally different subject. Okay, I mean it doesn't become jelly. It is a vegetable. It's
not a vegetable.
Fruit, but it's a fruit. Why is a tomato a fruit?
Because of the seeds. It's got something to do with the seeds.
There's seeds in cucumbers.
Bullshit answer.
There's seeds in cucumbers.
That's what I thought the answer was. What is the answer, Smurf? Come on, smart guy.
I have no idea. But
There we go.
This thing is special.
There are
Nice save. Too late.
there are seeds in
You're a
cucumbers.
little special in there right now.
There are seeds in cucumbers, and that's not a fruit.
Okay. All right. I don't know why. They say it's a fruit because of some reason.
Okay, well, maybe you could just say, I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Okay,
I don't like
good.
saying that.
There you go.
I don't know why ketchup is not called tomato jelly. All right.
That's a curiosity.
All right,
well, my
that's my
curiosity is, why are there seeds in a cucumber? And it's not called a fruit.
Because I don't know if that's the reason. Stop following the logic that I put out there that I don't think is logical.
That's logical. Okay.
All right. You realize I'm sorry and I apologize are the same thing unless you say them at a funeral. You can say I'm sorry and I apologize. You can mix those in whenever you want. But if you're at a funeral, two different meanings. One meaning is I'm sorry he's dead. The other one meaning I killed him.
Oh, God.
I apologize that he's dead. All right. I'm sorry. Scott's curiosities. These are things that go through my head.
Scott's curiosities. Guys, let us know if you're texting. Let us know. I mean, do you dig Scott's curiosities?
Should I stop?
Great?
Should I stop? Should I just stop altogether? Should I stop
say
thinking?
No. I say never stop coming up with these curiosities.
The
Let us know,
breathing
folks.
part.
Let us know.
3 big questions in life. What, where, and when can all be answered by replacing the W with a T. What, that. Where, there. When, then. All I got to do is replace the W with a T, and you got the answers to your questions.
That's brilliant. That's the one. That's the one today. That is the one.
The tomato jelly didn't get you?
That is the one. The tomato jelly. No,
I still got more, too.
Good. Oh, there might be a better one.
He's going to hurt himself.
There might be a better one.
I do believe it is my thought that every country has ninjas, but Japan's are so bad that we know they exist. They're bad ninjas. That's why we know they're from Japan. But I think every country has ninjas, but the other ones are so good we don't know about them. Ninjas are not supposed to be seen. You had to catch up on that.
I was just going to ask you to repeat that.
That sucker flew around. It landed very poorly.
That's right. So maybe the Japanese ninjas are the worst.
Because everybody knows about them.
Right.
And ninjas are not supposed to be known about.
That could be a ninja in this room.
That's right. The Hungarian ninjas. Watch out for those guys. Because we don't know about them.
That's right.
Follow
so
the
how
logic,
do you watch
folks.
out for something you can't see? Okay.
Okay. So I was realizing
my very first Gary curiosity.
Yes. By the way, my mother tuned in and said, "Keep the curiosities going." Thanks, Mom.
Right.
That's not a slanted opinion whatsoever. My friend Garrett Suey from New York. We call him G-Man. He was from Jersey. I'm sorry, from Jersey. When I was doing TV and stuff up there, he did the cameras and production and stuff like that. Gary is a rock star. Gary, not Gary.
I keep hearing that.
Garrett.
Oh, Garrett. Oh,
G-Man. Okay. G-Man, I call him. He's a rock star. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of good times together. G-Man, I missed you. I hope you and your family are doing great. Okay.
Rock star that you don't know the name of. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. I realized the other day that they put music from the 50s and 60s into medicine commercials to appeal to the older people. If you think about it, it's older music that they put into them. So what stands to reason is that Pharrell's song Happy will someday show up in a laxative commercial to get our attention. Think about it. To get the older generation, they're going to have to play Because I'm Happy.
Yeah, because you can dance.
It may cause drowsiness and slight oily discharge. But I'm just saying. Today's music, Despacito will be selling cold medicine.
Despacito.
The song. Does Despacito... what's that guy's name? Justin Bieber.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. All right, let's move
I
on.
hope that's not selling anything.
Okay. Well, you know what? Something I thought about last night, talking about being big kids, the difference, kids and adults and everything else. Young people sneak out of the house to go to parties. Older people sneak out of parties so they can go home.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, can we get out of here now? Can we go home? And
young, old.
Yes.
Very good. Uh-huh.
All right.
Scott is explaining the generations.
Final 3 curiosities of the day. If a person goes running at night, at 10 o'clock at night, they're a night person. If they get up and they run at 6 a.m., they're a morning person. If they run at 3 a.m., they're a suspect. It was just something that came to me, You go out running at night, a night person, running in the morning person. 3 a.m., you're suspect.
Yeah, right. You're running from a convenience store. Okay.
Okay. You do realize beanbag chairs are just boneless sofas. That's the one that got you right there. That's the laugh. Boneless sofas.
You're a sick man. Oh,
just the idea of a sofa being boneless. I don't know why it seems disturbing to me.
It's like boneless chicken, buddy.
Yeah, I don't mind boneless chicken, but a boneless sofa to me is gross. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's...
Here's our last curiosity of the day.
Wait a minute. How are you gonna follow that?
It's just, and this is probably not the best. I'm gonna go with beanbag chairs are boneless sofas. That's my favorite of the day. That's mine.
That's
okay. Because the tomato thing is dead. But I did notice something the other day when I was standing in the mirror after taking a shower. Besides, I'm old.
I don't know if I want to hear this.
That I looked and I realized, do you know that your belly button was your old mouth? There we go. We got Smurf on that one.
I got Smurf on that one.
Your belly button is just your old mouth.
Yeah, it's been retired when you're born.
Yes, yes. Don't stick the electric toothbrush in there. Doesn't feel good, all right? Just telling you. Not that I did that twice. All right. So that's it for the curiosities today, folks. I hope you enjoyed them.
Which is why I do this show. I painfully sit through the whole thing so I can get to these Scott's curiosities.
Well, you know, it's the part where you and Smurf talk. So yeah, there's some pain involved. No.
Boneless.
So
boneless furniture. That's great. Okay.
All right. Jensen. Jensen is on, and she's saying hi. Hi, Jensen. Love you. Miss you. Hope all is well. Excuse me, a little burpage there while I'm talking.
That's lovely.
No problem.
Nancy,
my old mouth never burped.
Lori, Neil Brody. Wow.
Yeah,
but you know something? They signed on. I hope you guys are still on there. You know. If
not, make sure you check us out. We are everywhere. Everywhere you watch podcasts, we could be found.
That's right.
All of our shows. Over 40, around 40. Do we know?
I think this is 42.
This is 42. All right.
42. Jackie Robinson.
By the way, those who wonder what was wrong with Smurf, she's got a mouthful of burger right now.
I'm eating French fries.
There we go.
Yeah, it smells great in here.
Sorry.
If you guys...
Excuse me.
Asparagus?
There's the asparagus. She says she loves and misses us too. Our girl Jensen. All right.
Our girl Jensen.
A reminder, if you want to get more involved and help people and spread the word about living in recovery or getting somebody that you know some help, call Addiction Training Center. Call Karen, our addiction training specialist. 786-514-0893. I also encourage you to check out broadcastbeatstudios.com. Broadcast Beat Studios, that's where we broadcast from, and Gary and I are...
Great studio.
We love this studio, and we want to share the studio with others. We're working with Ryan to bring some people in, get some podcasts going, get some people doing some infomercials, some YouTube videos, whatever you could think of. You want to record your band or do a music video, we've got all that. Check us out, broadcastbeatstudios.com, or you can just get a hold of Gary and I through our Facebook page, and we'll get in touch with you, and we will get you some airtiming and take care of things and help you out.
Right. I mean, they are reasonably priced compared to, a lot of television studios, but this is state of the art. This is definitely state of the art.
Cool place. If you happen to be
right
watching
now.
us on video, there's some great shots of it. Some wonderful things.
State of the art.
All right, so I want to thank everyone.
People. Very nice people.
Oh, nice people. Yeah, because it's us.
Yeah,
because it's us, so we know it's not.
Right,
we know
right.
that. No, and Ryan is just like a rock star. So we just can't wait to meet you. Come in and meet myself, Gary the Smurf. Make sure you go out tonight, 7:00, Plantation Central Park, off of Cleary Boulevard in Plantation. 7:00 tonight. The Wolfpack band will be playing. Gary will be there along with all the other super talented members of the Wolfpack. We don't have time to name them all because there's a huge band, but really good. I say yacht rock is something I coined as what I call it. Nobody's ever called it that before except me. Yacht. No, I'm kidding.
He's the only one.
I'm the only one. Gary
Serious
had to teach me that.
Be sued.
If you're a fan of everything from Chicago to Steve Winwood to even everything from Motown to rock. I mean, they just cover it all, and they bring it to you in such an entertaining way with so much talent. Check that out tonight.
Thank you. Come see Wolfpack.
How about the rest of the weekend? Anything going on with any bands?
No.
All right, so you're sitting home alone while she's on a cruise.
Well, I'll probably hang with you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about future plans with the businesses and Dave Webster, I'm sure, is because Tammy went with Dave Webster's wife, Susie, so he might be alone too.
All right, Tammy and Susie, have a great time on your cruise. Try not to throw up too much, and if you do, throw up on somebody where it will be really funny.
Yeah, if somebody comes up and wants to buy you a drink, just vomit on them.
Yeah, that's Gary's advice. Yeah, as a matter of fact, don't leave your room, all right? But have a good time. All right. Listen, we love all of you guys. Thanks you all for joining us today. We hope everybody has a great weekend and a great week. We'll catch you here next week.
Right. I'm just going to sit home and miss my Tammy.
No, you're going to go out and work. You're going to go out and play tonight.
Oh, and Terry didn't call in today. She must be working. So
we also forgot to say that we were going live today.
Yeah, but we'll make up for it. Not we won't, but I just say that. All right, so all right, love to all you guys out there. Make sure you take care of yourself. Remember, living clean and sober is the way to go. For now, I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
And we got Smurf over in the control room. We want to thank you guys for joining us. Special thanks to our guests today, Cordy and Kennedy, for coming in and being a part of our show today as well. We will catch you all next week.
Let's eat. Be nice to people.